Gentlemen, have you ever been frozen by a single word from your wife, like, "Why don't you understand my feelings?" I also want to ask the ladies, there's a proper logic to what makes a good man that women truly seek. Today I'd like to talk about that. First is broad-mindedness and kindness. When I started a small office in Itabashi, the lock was firmly stuck on the door late one evening, and my wife's hands were still trembling. It seems some unidentified person had been knocking on the door in the evening and wouldn't leave. As soon as I took my seat, I first thought to tell the landlord. I arranged to go to the police box tomorrow. Then my wife, who was serving miso soup, stopped her hands and quietly said, "Can that wait? I just wanted you to be next to me and listen," saying, "That must have been scary." Anyone who understood that single statement knows that people seek a broad-mindedness that can encompass their entire heart, rather than just correctness. Kindness only reaches when there is broad-mindedness. I took off my jacket, sat next to her, and just said, "Oh, I see, that must have been scary. It's okay now, I'm here." What's important when interacting with people is to truly understand the depths of their heart and to have genuine kindness that values their very existence. That means you shouldn't unilaterally declare, "It's your fault," or give cheap advice like, "If it were me, I'd do this." Instead say, "Oh, really? What happened then?" First, you need to accept all of their words. This is what's necessary. Humans, you see, don't necessarily want precise advice. They just want their feelings to be understood, that's all. The time you spend listening to them and giving encouraging nods gives the other person an absolute sense of security, making them feel, "This person is on my side." If that's the case, you shouldn't expect anything in return. Thinking in terms of "I did all this for you" or considering things as loans only shows narrow-mindedness. You want to see the other person's happy face. You act solely with that in mind. That's the real deal. A long time ago, when I was still a member of the Diet, an old woman from Niigata came to me weeping, saying her son had left home after being fired from his job and asked me to find him. Normally, that might be a matter for the police. But that old woman had nowhere else to turn. That's why she came to me. Isn't it a human's natural duty to help those in need? I immediately called the chief of the National Police Agency. I told him she was in trouble and asked him to safely escort her home. And on her way back, I made sure her geta were neatly arranged before seeing her off. I didn't think about anything in return. If someone in front of me is in trouble, I extend a helping hand. That's all. Also, even if you encounter opinions or ideas completely different from your own, don't immediately negate them. I once ran into Shintaro Ishihara, who criticized me as a kinseiji, a politician of money, at a golf course. He looked awkward, so I called out to him first. "Ishihara-kun, long time no see. Come over here and sit down." Then he started saying things like he had caused trouble, so I told him, "Don't mind it, you're a high-ranking politician." And we exchanged beers. Even with an opponent, try to accept their perspective, thinking, "Oh, so that's how you see it." The vastness of that broad-mindedness is the foundation of a man. However, broad-mindedness and kindness alone won't overcome the long walls of life. Second, the intelligence born from curiosity, always hungry for new things, and a humble attitude toward learning. This is an incredibly important charm for winning respect as a human being. Intelligence, you see, is not about reading difficult books and spouting grand words. That's just a decoration. True intelligence lies in having an interest in all sorts of things in the world and having your own solid thoughts. It goes without saying who is more attractive, a person who just sits silently or one who doesn't. The human brain is like a collection of countless motors. Ordinary people can live by activating only 10 or 15 of them. But with effort, those motors can be activated by hundreds or thousands. All of you, make your brains run at full speed. Study after study that studying will come in handy when problems arise, and it is when you confront a problem that a person's true worth is tested. It's not about losing your temper emotionally, but about enduring it and calmly thinking through the steps of now. How do I deal with this? That power of thought is what instills in women a deep sense of respect, making them feel, with this person, I'll be fine no matter what happens. However, at that moment, what's crucial is the humility to honestly admit your mistakes. Can you lower your head and say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Thank you for telling me. That humble attitude is the source of an eternal, unfading charm. And the third is a relaxed mind, unyauragu, unwavering, by trivial things. A calm atmosphere flows around a person with a steady mind. If you're next to someone whose mood changes like the weather, you'll just get tired. Who would want to be next to a childish person who just because something bad happened at work takes it out on the family at home? Be firm. That gives your wife an absolute sense of security. When you're told an opinion different from your own, or sometimes accused of something that isn't true, anyone can become emotional. But the magnanimity to endure it once and accept it. This pause, this moment of composure is the proof of a mature adult's trustworthiness. I myself have lost my temper. A long time ago, when Tamura-kun was an executive in my faction, a heated discussion led me to throw a matchbox, but that night it bothered me immensely. I called Tamura's house. It's me. Forgive me about what happened at lunch. I'm drinking sake alone and I'm terribly lonely. I want to see you. We apologized frankly and talked through the night. Power and pride don't matter. If you admit you're wrong, apologize honestly. Without that frankness, people won't follow you. Ride the waves of emotion yourself and always try to see things calmly and broadly. If you can do that, there should be no unnecessary conflicts between the two of you. Sometimes the other person might be selfish. You shouldn't find that troublesome or brush it aside. All right, what happened? Accept it. That selfishness, you see, is their sweet dependency that comes precisely because they trust you completely. There's no way they would be selfish with someone they don't trust. The you latitude to understand that will deepen your bond even further. Fourth is the credibility of limited action and execution, demonstrated not just by words but by actions. For example, keeping just one promise without breaking it resonates far more with someone's heart than saying, I love you 1,000,000 times. The weight of human words, you see, is only determined by actions. No matter how small a promise, never take it lightly. If you say, let's go there next time, inquire about next week's schedule the same day and make concrete progress. If you say you'll call later, you must call no matter how tired you are. Each of these accumulations becomes an unshakable credibility that this person always does what they say. When my senior, Mr. Sekijiro Yamashita, was on his deathbed, he took my hand and asked me to be the chairman of his funeral. However, since it became a prefectural funeral, that promise was temporarily impossible to fulfill. But a promise once made should not be discarded due to such circumstances, right? I later made all the members of my faction mourners and held a memorial service for Tanaka in Tokyo, and I served as the chairman of the funeral. I said this publicly. I am fulfilling my promise to Mr. Yamashita here today. A promise, in whatever form, is something that must be fulfilled at all costs. And it is about being someone who can quickly notice when your wife is truly in trouble and silently offer a helping hand. It's important to be able to read the unspoken sign of help me. When I was still a boy, my father, who was going bankrupt, gambled away money and suddenly demanded funds from home. I understood my mother's difficult position, bowed my head to relatives, and took the train to deliver the money. When I saw my mother waving from the window, I strongly vowed in my heart, I must do this for my mother, for my family. There's no way a woman would want to entrust her life to a man who pretends not to see. That's obvious. Also, instead of just talking about the pipe dream of becoming a big shot, you need to show your determination by gritting your teeth and diligently studying for qualifications now, for our future. That sweaty back, more than anything, becomes proof of certain love and gives your wife hope and a sense of security for the future. Lastly, number 5. Listen carefully. This might be the most crucial point. Forget the words, help out with housework and childcare from today onwards. Beneath those words, can't you see a hint of arrogant consciousness implying that's originally a woman's job? No, that's wrong. Those are your own duties too. You are also a party involved. Preparing, meals, cleaning, looking after children. That sight of you sweating and working will shine many times brighter in your wife's eyes than any expensive clothes you wear or luxury car you drive. From there, true gratitude and respect are born. Act on your own before anyone tells you. If your wife's face looks a little clouded, is she tired? Say to her, today I'll cook, you take it easy. Always keep your antenna up to see what the other person is troubled by and what they need. That attentiveness is important. I know work is busy, but sometimes you need to adjust even important work to participate in your children's school events and make time for your family. It's not about logic, it's about whether you did it or not. That resolve and action will foster an irreplaceable love and trust, making them feel, this person not only speaks, but above all puts our family first. In the end, a truly attractive person is not determined by their appearance or the amount of their wealth. Such things only fade with time. True worth is determined by the sincerity that wells up from the depths of your being. Heartfelt kindness, intelligence that continues to learn, a calm mind that doesn't waver, credibility that doesn't break promises, and a contribution that sweats for the family. These may not be acquired overnight, but if you become aware, you can definitely change. All of you, among the things I said today, just one is fine. No, even a tiny bit is okay. Start doing it from tomorrow. Stop making meaningless excuses like I don't have time or I'm not good at it. It's either do it or don't do it. That's all there is to it. If you genuinely wish to make the people you cherish happy, you can definitely do it. I believe that.